Hi, I'm Derek Catron here in the PhocusWire studio at the Phocuswright Conference. I'm joined by Aurélie Krau. She's the founder of MissionNomad and a frequent speaker on travel tech. Vanessa Karel, she's the CEO and founder of Greether. And Evan Konwiser, the Chief Marketing and Strategy Officer at American Express GBT. Aurélie and Evan were moderators at the Young Leaders Summit at the Phocuswright Conference, and Vanessa was one of the participants here in Florida. Welcome.
Yeah.
So,
thank you. Thanks.
Aurélie, you've been helping to moderate this session for years. To start us off, tell us a little bit about the purpose that the summit and the role that it serves, both here at the conference and in the travel sector in general.
So essentially, we created the Young Leaders Summit because we see it as a launchpad for future talents in our industry. So often we're talking about young leaders below the age of 35. So they are early stages of their career. Some of them are founders, like Vanessa here. Some of them are more in the corporate world. So we really address every type of profile. And essentially, it relies on three pillars. The first one is connection and networking. We want to be that platform, that facilitates access to leaders, but also access to peers and like-minded people. We have knowledge and expertise that we get, from speakers, from each other. So I'm sure we're going to cover this in a second. And then personal branding as well, because we think it's important as a young leader as well to provide yourself that platform and be out there and share your passion.
Great. Evan, I was hoping you could bring in more of the business perspective, maybe speaking about some of the content of the summit and how that benefits the participants.
Yeah, I mean, one of the original use cases for young leaders when we created it originally more than 10 years ago was this idea that a lot of young leaders weren't getting an opportunity to come to the Phocuswright Conference. It's a conference that has a large executive presence, which makes it incredibly useful. And it's such an interconnected ecosystem that's travel. It's really an important place to build your network and, as Aurélie said, really generate this opportunity to connect and create more value for your business. But a lot of the young leaders weren't getting that opportunity. So creating the conference gives really a purpose for a lot of young leaders to come for the first time, to start building that network, and to learning about the industry in a way that they're not getting day to day in their day jobs. And because there's such a great executive presence here, we're able to bring in top-notch speakers, CEOs of large companies, entrepreneurs building really innovative technology, people that have seen many aspects of the industry and look at it in different ways and have jobs that are helping drive the future of our industry. And they get real access to talk to the young leaders, and the young leaders get real access to these leaders to have conversations that they're just not going to get anywhere else in this industry. And so I think I had somebody from my team attend this year as a young leader, which was awesome, and not the first time that's happened. I'm always very supportive of that because she's meeting a great cohort of people, but also learning a lot about the ecosystem that we play in and bringing those experiences and that network back to her job. And I know that's going to make her a lot more successful than she otherwise would be, which was going to be successful anyways. But
that's great. And imagine it's great for the opportunities to network among the young leaders. Vanessa, your company, Greether, was named this week as one of the Hot 25 travel startups for 2024.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yes, very excited.
So clearly, you've already got a lot of good things going on, but what takeaways from the summit do you think will help you to continue on that path?
Yes, I think resonating with what you both said, as a participant and as a founder, you are so focused on what you're building that sometimes it's hard to reach out these other people who are also building this amazing technology. So first of all, as a founder, your biggest resource and your allies are other founders themselves and other entrepreneurs. You pass along intel, opportunities, contacts that maybe someone passed on them on their fundraising round, but they might be interested in you. But that's one side of things. Another thing that happened to me throughout the summit this year was that I met with a lot of people who are leaders at corporates, maybe someone from your team. And these are fostering conversations with me about creating partnerships with these companies that otherwise it would take me so much more time and bandwidth to connect with. So it was really, really exciting. Also because I had the opportunity to speak with CEOs and who have already done it and sold their companies. I had 45-minute conversation yesterday with Steve from co-founder of TripAdvisor. And that's just worth a lot of money, and it was exciting to hear his thoughts on what I'm building.
Oh, that's great. That's great. So I can kind of probably guess this, but what would you say to someone who's considering applying? And what would be your advice for how they could get the most out of the program?
Yes. Well, first of all, you should apply. I applied to everything and anything, and sometimes I'm like, oh my God, we got into that. But I think this is an opportunity for you to also foster connections in a human level, because you need cheerleaders in this industry. You need sponsors who's going to be advocating for you when you're not there. And this is something that was mentioned a lot throughout the summit. And it really resonated with me and made me feel inspired about how I'm a sponsor to other people. And the second question was in regards to what I'm going to make the most out of it, right? So I think that as I mentioned, we are fostering connections with potential partnerships that we already have calls scheduled for, and we have follow-ups and really easy way to integrate our businesses. So these are very exciting.
Great. So finally, what's next for Greether? How do you take the lessons that you've learned this week and maybe apply them? Or is it just confirming what you already had planned, or are there any maybe changes in your plans now going forward?
Yeah, so Greether is a B2C marketplace, very customer facing. However, and that's been amazing. But we already seen how having a B2B vertical to our business is gonna get us to be successful even faster. So I'm really thrilled to be part of a conference like Phocuswright and being named as one of the 25 hottest travel startups. Thank you. Because this is facilitating us moving towards that direction.
Yeah. All right. Hey, well, Aurélie, Vanessa, Evan, thank you so much for being here with us today. It's been a pleasure speaking with you. Thanks.
Likewise.
Thank you very
so
much.
much.